From Arizona State, ranked 4th in the nation by the Coaches Association. And you know what, that's wrong. He's not ranked in the Coaches Association. He's only wrestled 4 matches, but he's ranked 4th by Intermat, and deservedly so. He's one of the standout heavyweights from Arizona State, and he is from Parker, Colorado, and he goes against the redshirt junior Konner Doucet with the Cowboys, ranked 7th by the coaches. And Doucet is now 14-3 from Comanche, redshirt junior, as we said. Parker, Colorado is for Schultz. He weighed in at 283.6. And Konner Doucet, 248.5.
And Schultz's background is Greco. So obviously Doucet knows that. And throughout this whole duel, no one has met throughout this whole duel. Every time, this is the first time all of them have wrestled. I think that may be one of the first time we've had that. But anyway, Schultz's background is Greco. He was a national runner-up, and he will push that pace and underhook, use his lateral movement to get around behind. So, you know, Doucet's definitely got his work cut out for him. And
didn't want to give up that overhook and get caught with his head underneath. That puts you in a bad position, obviously.
I mean, trust you, he's wrestled some of the best in the world in Greco. He's a 3-time All-American, 4th, 2nd, and 7th. He's a U17 world champ. He's a U20 bronze medalist and a U20 world silver medal. And on top of that, let me go ahead and put a 3-time world team member on the senior level in Greco. So, you know, Doucet's got to hold center and got to watch for those hooks and don't let him get to his body, because that's where Schultz wants to be, and he is good at it.
As you said earlier, Schultz is doing double duty with the Greco in the collegiate season. Just came back recently and said for a while, you know, he looked like a Greco wrestler trying to wrestle folk style. Now he's got folk style. He's back wrestling like a folk style wrestler. So late February, when he has those big tournaments in Greco, said he'll probably look like a folk style wrestler trying to wrestle Greco for a little bit till he gets time to get back into it.
Right, you know, and he's got to stay extremely disciplined during that, right? You know, we got some other athletes out there on the college level that are doing some freestyle mixed in there as well. So it's a schedule, that's for sure. And you see him continuing on the head of Doucet, trying to pull him down, trying to work those hooks. You know, it kind of had him underneath him in that early in the first period, trying to maybe get a little chest wrap or bring him down and go score.
Got that 35-pound weight advantage.
Schultz tried a little foot sweep right there in that position.
Well, with Doucet, I'm going to guess that generally at heavyweights, if you're wrestling a much bigger heavyweight, you don't want to do a straight shot underneath. You can get trapped. A swing single, perhaps.
Right. You got to
stay outside and don't get caught underneath.
Right. You got to create some angles, right? And attack the lower part of his body, which would be the ankle if you can get there, or, you know, obviously a pass by or something like that. But like I said, Schultz has got a Greco background, so he understands the pushing and pulling part of it, you know, and maybe we've seen Doucet hit the elbow pass to a high crotch or something like that, trying to get him off balance, but you definitely don't want to attack him straight on.
7 seconds left. Schultz had the one pretty good attempt in position, and that's been about it. It'll be Doucet's choice, and they're saying go bottom. So let's see how that goes.
They deferred. O-State deferred. Yep, they deferred.
Coleman Scott is pointing down, but I guess John Smith might have said, no, let's defer and see what happens. So Schultz takes bottom.
Doucet has got to bump him a little bit. Schultz is extremely strong in this position, but this is one of Doucet's favorite positions here, is on top. He's won a lot of matches this way.
Schultz to his feet, though, making some progress, and watch it here, and he's out of there after only 24 seconds underneath, so good job by Schultz.
Yep. And what Schultz is going to use to his advantage is that boundary, right? Obviously with the stall call, he's going to try to, you kind of see the position Doucet's in now, so he may try to get that hook and try to take him out of bounds, get a stall call here and there.
Doucet doesn't shoot the legs very often, so he's going to have to try something to get some offense going. And Schultz, if he can lock up, he'd have the advantage. These Greco guys, their repertoire upper body stuff is pretty darn good usually. Trips, bear hugs, over and unders, headlocks, lateral drops. They can do it all, can't they?
Yes, they can. Like I said, obviously Doucet is aware of that. Just continue to hand fight, and tie and push and pull on the head. So
30 seconds. Second period, just 1-0 with the escape by Schultz.
24 seconds of ride time in Doucet's favor. Pretty sure that'll start going the other way.
15 seconds. You know, would Doucet, I don't think he would choose neutral. Do you? I think he's going to go underneath, try to get out.
He's going to go down. Gives it
Period
an escape.
1-0 with the Schultz escape. And Doucet does choose bottom. First move would be big from underneath. You can get the quickest move off the whistle, especially with a bigger man on you. I would think Doucet is interested in trying to get that move.
Well, you know,
nope,
this is where Doucet usually tries for reverse, right? So we'll kind of see what happens here. Schultz
tried to reach back and get the leg, but couldn't. Trying to get the waist hands off of there, and does. So not a real serious ride attempt by Schultz, I didn't think. What do you think? Is he ready, content just to go with his feet, Schultz?
Yeah, Schultz didn't. I mean, he's not a rider. You know, almost tried to throw a boot in there a little bit, but Doucet did a good job getting to his feet, securing hand control. But once again, this is where I mentioned earlier, Doucet's got to be smart here, right? Schultz is going to use that boundary to his advantage, especially with his Greco background. Doucet did a good job of clearing and trying to circle back to the center. So now Schultz is kind of picking up his pace right here and start working on digging hooks on both sides, right side of the body, left side of the body.
Now does Schultz decide, I need to get a little more serious about hooking something up?
Well,
I don't know.
If he can get it. Obviously, he's not going to force it and put himself in a bad situation.
Right.
You know, and Doucet has a lot to do with that.
Doucet's done a good job fighting off the upper body stuff so far.
Yep.
With 40 seconds to go.
And this is where Schultz wants Doucet. If he can bring him down, try to look for a go behind.
Got that double overhook. Doucet's head trapped underneath, but nothing going yet. Only 25 seconds remaining. Now watch Schultz now reaching underneath.
He's really good in that front headlock. That's tight, man, I'm telling you. Coaches from Arizona State are wanting a stall call. Coach Britz, Coach Jones out there.
13 seconds to go. Maybe 2:13, counting a sudden victory. We'll see. 4 seconds. Looks like we're going to go to sudden victory. We do at 1-1. Two minutes on the clock. No riding time.
I like what Schultz did there. He hung a little bit long, kind of pulling Doucet's head down a little bit.
Well, I will say that's really been the only aggressive moves is 2 or 3 times he's got Doucet's head trapped underneath with that overhook or headlock. And Doucet hasn't really had anything good going offensively. So we'll have to see who blinks first.
Yeah. Like I said, I know where Schultz wants to get to.
Duck under by Doucet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost 2 by Schultz.
No, he's got his ankle. They may start getting in a scramble here, Jay.
Yeah. Doucet. Oh, here we go. There's 3 right there. 4-1 in sudden victory for Schultz.
Good sportsmanship, fellas.
With 46 seconds left in sudden victory. The 3-point takedown. 4-1 Cohlton Schultz, he closes it out as Oklahoma State wins the duel 28-9. Arizona State wins the 3 matches where they were favored to win, 49-57, and heavyweight, you almost could say they were favored a little bit, 25, though. But good match all the way across.
All the way across, right? A lot of action. You know, it started off at 125.